Ellen Pompeo's first post-Grey's Anatomy lead role couldn't be more different than Meredith. Ellen Pompeo is easily recognizable around the world for playing Grey's Anatomy's protagonist Meredith Grey. But her first role after scaling back her involvement in the medical drama couldn't have been more different from Meredith. Pompeo officially left the show as a series regular in Grey's Anatomy Season 19, still doing the episode's voiceovers. But the storylines focusing on Meredith Grey are the medical drama's forefront. And that couldn't have been more evident than in her Grey's Anatomy Season 21's role change that made Meredith's Alzheimer's research a key story. Before Grey's Anatomy, Ellen Pompeo appeared in various films and TV shows, including 2002's Catch Me If You Can and 2003's Daredevil. However, landing the protagonist role in a network TV show like Grey's Anatomy effectively made it impossible to pursue any other project. Through the years, Pompeo became involved in different ways in Grey's Anatomy, directing 2 episodes in Grey's Anatomy Seasons 13 and 14, and officially becoming an executive producer on the medical drama from 2022. The reduced role on Grey's Anatomy nonetheless lets Pompeo branch out, as proven by her upcoming Hulu true crime drama. Ellen Pompeo plays Christine Barnett in Hulu's upcoming limited series, Good American Family. A true crime drama adapting a story grabbing the headlines in September 2019. Good American Family is based on Christine and Michael Barnett's Mark Duplass story. Good American Family will follow the Barnetts' adoption of Natalia Grace, a Ukrainian child with a rare form of dwarfism, before bringing up their accusations against her of being an adult. They're getting her an apartment and moving to Canada with their biological children. Good American Family is reported to switch between the Barnetts and Natalia Grace's perspectives throughout the show. Pompeo produces the 8-part true crime drama besides starring in the lead role. On the choice to be part of the retelling of this particular story, Pompeo admits to Vanity Fair to have been under a tremendous amount of pressure, wondering why would anyone believe that she could do anything other than playing Meredith Grey, including herself. While revealing to have thought taking that project would be a landmine, Pompeo eventually motivated the choice to go through with it because she had a lot to prove here, especially as she wanted to do something completely different from Grey's Anatomy. Pompeo commented on portraying Christine Barnett in Good American Family by saying that it was important for her to play someone who is not necessarily the most likable person. Going as further as saying she went to very dark places when shooting the scenes where her character starts doubting her adopted daughter is really a child. Pompeo also admits to going to co-showrunners and executive producers Katie Robbins and Sarah Sutherland to ask about what motivated her character, showing a willingness to approach the matter with nuance instead of judging her character. Due to the nature of the true crime drama's story, it's indubitable for Good American Family to be much darker than Grey's Anatomy. Meredith made plenty of questionable choices on Grey's Anatomy, but she is doubtlessly the hero of the medical drama, and her battles on the show truly reflect that, whether she protects patients if they're covered by insurance or not, or challenges Catherine Fox by publishing her Alzheimer's research's results freely. The differences between Pompeo's role in Good American Family and Grey's Anatomy thus make her upcoming true crime drama even more interesting to watch. Enjoy Screen Rant's primetime coverage? Click below to sign up for our weekly Network TV newsletter. Make sure to check Network TV in your preferences. And get the inside scoop from actors and showrunners on your favorite series. After nearly 2 decades of embodying the sharp-witted, emotionally layered, and scrubs-wearing Dr. Meredith Grey, Ellen Pompeo has shed her surgical mask and scrub cap for a role that is as far from Seattle Grace Hospital as one can get. In her first major lead since departing Grey's Anatomy, Pompeo is stepping into a character that's not only outside the oar, but one that's flipping her entire on-screen identity on its head. In a surprising turn, Pompeo's new project is a gritty psychological thriller series titled The Watchtower, and the actress plays a character whose moral compass is so shaky, Meredith Grey would have demanded a psych consult. Gone are the monologues about lives saved and loves lost. Instead, Pompeo portrays an enigmatic woman named Ray Langston, a former FBI profiler turned isolated conspiracy theorist who operates out of a derelict lighthouse in coastal Maine. Yes, a lighthouse. "This character is like nothing I've ever done," Pompeo said during a recent press tour. "She's brilliant, sure, but she's broken in a way Meredith never quite was. Ray isn't trying to save anyone. She's trying to expose them." Ray Langston is a woman haunted by the disappearance of her daughter, which she believes is linked to a shadowy underground group. Ostracized by the agency she once helped, she's gone rogue, using high-tech surveillance gear and an obsession with ancient codes to unravel the truth. Think the Da Vinci Code meets Homeland, with just a touch of Stephen King's eerie isolation. Meredith's struggles were grounded in hospital drama and personal relationships. Ray's world is cloaked in paranoia, secrets, and mistrust. Pompeo's portrayal of Meredith was always layered with vulnerability and strength, but Ray leans harder into the unpredictable. "There's no one coming to save Ray," Pompeo explained. "She's been burned so many times, she doesn't even know how to ask for help anymore." What makes this departure even more fascinating is how Pompeo herself has embraced it. After years of portraying the same character, albeit one who evolved greatly over time, Pompeo was ready to go somewhere narratively dangerous. "I wanted to disappear into someone who scares me a little," she said. "Ray doesn't want to be liked." And as an actor, that's incredibly freeing. Where Meredith was compassionate and pragmatic, Ray is intense, cryptic, and sometimes even a little unhinged. Fans who watch Pompeo's slow-burn, heartfelt delivery in Grey's may be surprised at her new edge. There's a coldness to Ray that Ellen plays with unnerving precision. Gone is the comforting voiceover and sleepy-eyed sighs. In The Watchtower, her voice trembles with rage or cuts like a blade, depending on who she's talking to. Critics who screened early episodes are already calling her performance transformational, praising Pompeo for sinking into a character who's nearly feral in her single-minded pursuit of truth. One scene in the pilot, where Ray calmly dissects a government document while aiming a shotgun at a drone hovering outside her window, has already gone viral. In an ironic twist, Pompeo's Meredith spent years delivering babies and repairing hearts, but Ray Langston has metaphorically aborted every connection she's ever had. Her only companion is a rescued pit bull named Cipher, who serves as a silent witness to her unraveling sanity and occasionally helps sniff out suspicious activity around the lighthouse. Pompeo even altered her appearance for the role. Ray's wardrobe is a mix of flannel, faded jeans, and worn leather, worlds away from Meredith's fitted lab coats and cashmere. Her hair is darker, sometimes messy and wind-tangled, often tucked under a beanie. She wears no makeup. The idea was to strip away anything polished, Pompeo said. "This woman has no one to impress. She lives off-grid. Her only mirror is the reflection in her binoculars." Another striking difference: Meredith Grey lived in a world where relationships, romantic and otherwise, were central to the narrative. Ray Langston trusts no one. If a love interest appears, it's likely to end in betrayal or surveillance. The tension isn't romantic, it's existential. Who do you believe when the whole world might be lying? Still, Pompeo's trademark charisma sneaks in through Ray's dry humor and stubborn resilience. Even at her darkest, Ray has that fight in her, Ellen noted. She's not giving up. She's just no longer playing by anyone's rules. The showrunner of The Watchtower, Kaya Bloom, a rising auteur from the Scandinavian Norse scene, has praised Pompeo for taking the leap. When Ellen signed on, she said she wanted to be disturbed by the story, and she was. Ray is a cipher, constantly decoding and also hiding. There's pain, but it's weaponized. Ellen brought that out in a way I didn't expect. Of course, some longtime Grey's fans are struggling with the whiplash. I miss Meredith's kindness, one user wrote on social media.